Welcome to the art of gluten-free sourdough baking. Today's lesson is making a gluten-free sourdough starter. When I first started making sourdough starters, I experienced a lot of spoilage. I would just take rice flour, mix it with water, feed it once a day, and I ended up with these moldy, very bluish-green spoiled starters. I did some research, I got some really good information, and I learned that I needed to boost the starter with a fermented tonic called water kefir, and I need to feed the starter 2 to 3 times a day. This is about 3/4 of a cup of teff flour, and I'll put this into my bowl, and I'm going to use roughly an equal amount of water. And I'm just going to whisk it smooth. I like the rich dark color of this teff flour. And then I'm going to take about 2 tablespoons of this water kefir and just whisk it in. And that's really all. That's all you do to start it. Here is the teff starter that we just made a few minutes ago. I'd like you to notice how soupy it is. Remember, it's just teff and water and a little bit of water kefir. I'm going to take a whisk. I'm just going to show you just how soupy that really is. And right next to it, I have a mature teff starter that I started a few days ago. I'm going to tip this and you can see how very much thicker this is. And you can even see some bubbles coming up. And then again, if I take the whisk, you can see how much thicker it is. And perhaps you can even hear that there are some bubbles coming up and pumping. And then just for contrast, I have a brown rice starter, which really has a completely different texture than the teff starter does. And I'll put a whisk in that one as well. And again, it's very thick, and you can probably see some of these bubbles coming up. The most important thing is to feed your starter. I like to feed my starter 3 times a day because it seems to keep the starter very active and very potent. Thank you for visiting my kitchen.